with a two-game banger today. We got the Dallas Cowboys going up against the New York Jets. So we finna get it in. Y'all know how we do. When you come in, stay in, drop that 100% thumbs up, you know, do all that good stuff that y'all know that we do every time. If I go live or if my cousin Living with the Mayhems go live, y'all know we do that same thing. So we to get into this game. Alright.
Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Zach Wilson and the New York Jets taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion toward victory in this one.
The NFL season is hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. They didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. They found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
All right, y'all, let's get into it.
Prescott looks
Gotta
to throw
play
right
smarter.
away. It is caught by Lamb. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. strong gain of 24. That's the #2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And I'll tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be #1.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take it across midfield.
Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. What'd you say?
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Prescott. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So this game, Charles, you know, we...
Oh, my God. Bro. Really?
Unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
5 yards.
And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off.
We got to play smart. We need 5 yards.
Let's get the play in a second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to
First down.
well to make it work for this team.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he
Good job.
Inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards that time.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Prescott now. Forced out to his left. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games, and continue that in this one.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Damn, what a kick.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, Zach Wilson.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching this game team. I think he's close.
We're gonna play smart.
Performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down.
All right.
Extreme confidence.
And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw. Now the Jets send on Blade and man to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away.
Good move.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
First down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. The playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Prescott. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for it with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity,
Wrong play.
number of carries. Just keep giving it to me.
Prescott on first down. And that is
And that was wrong fucking play.
Brings up second down.
Right
Anytime he reads
play.
man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter. But that time, they were up to the challenge.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And that's
What's up, Jackman? What's good with you?
Made at the Jets' 25-yard line. With that, he'll equal his receiving yards from a week ago. We're just in the first quarter. And that's a first down as well. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's what's up. All right, y'all, we're going to roll to the second playbook.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Prescott. Flushed out right. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right of the yard. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On second and 1, Prescott. Looking inside, it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens
We need that good 1 yard.
Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides played at optimum level.
An extra point up and good by Garibay. And it's now 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he
Got
can't
it.
find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of weeks.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Wilson starts to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
Shot that first down, took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And we go down here at the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
What will look like a march to the end zone is at a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they get their offense back on track.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, I see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset. This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. Again, Wilson. Buying time to his left. That pass complete to Moore. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. shotgun. Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown.
Damn.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. Remember we talked with that one coach who said this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of the half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played. Well now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
Ooh, shit.
A first down throw for Prescott. Dancing to his left. Got it open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On second down, Elliott. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm. Sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is good.
I'll be right back, y'all. What, man?
We're going to end the live here with you. You still got time to go ahead and purchase tickets for this nice, beautiful C10 pickup truck you see back here. Fully loaded, gang. One of a kind, come out of Chevy land, for real. So go ahead and get on buychevyking.com, click on the little hamburger, and then click on the giveaways. You'll see our, if you want to, go ahead and see who previously won our giveaways. They're all legit, gang. What is up, Deborah Fernandez? Someone said if I win, I better get some tacos too. We eating those tonight. Yes, sir. Like John said, there's a saying: you become successful by helping others become successful. Amen, brother. Amen. And let me tell you something, man. Hating on other people take away from your own business.
All the way down at the 2-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the ball banked way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
Halftime.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. Let's see what's going on around the NFL. We start up in the Pacific Northwest. The New York Football Giants making the long trip to take on Seattle. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead as those two teams approach halftime. The Seahawks locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head eastward to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Amari Cooper leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Curtis Samuel, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter. It's been a tight contest so far. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half.
Oh, he coming out.
Yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Wilson's throw complete there to Moore.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but now let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Come on, defense. Give me an interception or something.
On first down, Wilson. His throw incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man issues up.
Damn it.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Quick throw here, that's complete.
gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson.
Gotcha.
The receiver, and he's brought down. Jabril Cox coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
They go play action now. Wilson. Firing quickly here. That's good.
Touchdown. Here we go.
His first touchdown of the year. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point put through by Barzil. And we are tied at 14. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good.
No, we could have said that.
Now Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Come on, man. Get the fuck on.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just
damn, man. Now we got to wrestle.
Now they face a second and
fast.
following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Prescott. Open man, right side.
Right there. We need 3 yards.
Move to the right or the left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Get in there. First down.
Down at the 41. They get 5 out of that one and it moves the chains.
Let's stop him right here.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
All right, here we go. Now let's play.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
Why you stop? No, bro, why you stop?
Him with the sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now
We need 20 yards.
on 2nd down after the
We need
sack
20.
to be done. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll be tackled
Okay, well,
just
that
past
put
the
15.
35 at the 36.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not everyone's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's a
Damn it.
effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Okay.
Pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue. Almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder.
Now we put it go right here. We got to get this first down. We need 15 yards.
Prescott to throw on 4.
Damn! God damn it.
Convert on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Fuck.
The 36 now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hope we'll get to the perimeter later. And it's basic.
Oh, yeah, he dropped that.
In a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. This is caught. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Gotta have to call timeout. They ain't enough to clock.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining.
Oh, they could go for field goal. We got their ass in.
Boswell's kick is good.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot. And he delivers.
All right, that's what we finna do.
So Dak and the Cowboys down 17-14, 2:25 remaining. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. From the 29, Prescott. And this is incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Prescott. That's complete to Lamb. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Yeah, we in there.
28 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Again, Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
Yeah.
He's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
I don't want to play.
Now for Zeke, and he's got a first down.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Got you right there.
He finds his man, complete. It's Lamb. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Now a first and 10 at the 11. The give is to Elliott.
Oh, come on back.
And he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down.
Come
Now
on,
the
baby.
offense will burn their
Come on.
third and final timeout.
Hell
As they'll
yeah.
stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Now Elliott. And after a good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Come on.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on second and goal.
Come on.
He'll get it up the middle.
Touchdown!
Touchdown!
Yeah!
Late in the final minute of the fourth. Wow! CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts.
Yeah.
They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done.
Follow the
That
block.
would leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there, baby. We got this game right here.
And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
Hell yeah.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And the time factor here, they'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. So now the focus shifts to the Jets, trailing by 4, 20 seconds to go. And they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge...
Oh, no, that's picked up right there, baby boy. Nah, you ain't getting there. You want to try again?
Two more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Throwing now is Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now.
Oh, come on, man. That's some bullshit.
And they're not able to complete it. Now just 6 seconds remain. Time for one, maybe 2 more plays. So the defense helping them out a little bit here late in the fourth.
And you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
One last shot for Wilson. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Game over.
Before getting this inside the 30.
Game over, baby. Game over.
They had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it for the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting into midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Dallas, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for the Jets, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
All right. What? Alright, here I come in a second. Okay, the next game we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Dallas Cowboys. Which one?
So have you won somebody else's giveaway? Shit, hey, well, congratulations, bro. You won first place, bro. Oh, yeah. Early birthday present, my boy.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's a special Thanksgiving Day presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
He's going to look to eat this one as down he goes. Micah Parsons, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I'll be right back, y'all. Or you plan on coming to sleep after the game? I just want to post your picture so people know, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Where, in the room? In the room? Okay. Alright, thank you, my guy. Alright, bro.
Hey, we got other winners to call, gang. If y'all still in here, we appreciate y'all hanging in here with us. We're gonna go ahead and call second place.
The even text, who is this? After we were FaceTime, he comes and say, who is this?
Who's that? George Lucius. Starkville, Mississippi.
So we got a Mississippi. George from? Oh, what's his name? Mississippi. George what? This is George
Lucius.
Hey, you know what? Everybody don't know his number, man. So, hello, George. Here. All right, let's go to third place. Michael Lowe. Where's he from?
Columbus, Georgia.
Hold on, y'all. I'm coming.
James Lester, I appreciate you showing support for the first place winner. His birthday is tomorrow, man. What a birthday gift, man. I swear to God. What a birthday gift, man.
If they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
Nice call on defense. They don't have the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately, 1 touchdown pass.
All right, we're going to play smart.
The bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The numbers for Zeke from last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is
5 yards.
Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Prescott. Flush to his right. He finds his man, complete. It's Lamb. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Good job.
Sometimes it's design, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Elliott. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves it with a 2nd and 3.
The CD, this offense, 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to do. So far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Here's Elliott.
An excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this early drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Being chased out left.
Got it. Right there.
He's got his man. It's Gallup. And so this. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
First and goal at the 1. Elliott is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Anthony Fritzer, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that stuff.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of the offensive side of the ball. You say, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you're playing on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Osa Odighizuwa with an effort there to earn the sack. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Inside handoff down to Fournette. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll wind up getting 10 back there, so it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Hanson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think, a little extra pressure here, right, CD? Anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This is certainly not what this offense wants to see. That's Chris Godwin shaken up following that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Oh, excuse me.
Back to throw. Hanson.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And they work this out past the 25. The end result, 21 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, and not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
A first down carry by Elliott. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league can support it quite well, where you can move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
From the shotgun again to Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Oh,
Pressure too much.
God damn it.
Shaquille Barrett, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Give him 3 on the carry there. That sets up a long 3rd down.
Okay.
Tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Okay, we got it to 10.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
No, we gonna play smart. Yeah, we gonna play smart.
Here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Center. God damn it.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that linebacker locker room just a little more animated.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Looking to throw. Hanson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. Telling this was 11 to the ground on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Hanson. In a heavy intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. They brought the house that time on a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Flushed out right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not.
D.D. Lawrence 35, what's up? Thanks for the 100%.
You're trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And a solid run down inside the 30. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long,
First down.
Situation, pass rushers are on the field. They're only thinking one thing: get to the
That's all we needed.
Sometimes you can bypass another running play.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this one, a 41-yard attempt.
Come on, baby. Come on.
His kick is good.
All right.
Even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. An anxious moment or two there.
I don't know what the hell you doing.
With just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before break. Hendersons is going to float this one.
Oh, that's pick off.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up
I knew it.
Livin Diggs.
I knew it. Pick off.
So we hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving again to everybody at home as we take a look ahead to what's coming up both later today and this weekend. In that 1 o'clock time frame, a lot to choose from. But let's highlight the game in Philadelphia. A big one for the Eagles as they'll square off against the New York Jets. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he's got room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown in the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Hendersons. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he is going to have a Bucks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts it towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Working with a 2nd and 3. Fournette running out of the line. And he is met quickly in the
You can hang that up right there.
down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Brandon, you know more about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. On the draw, this is Fournette. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hendersons.
Hang that up.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Yeah, you can hang
Here
that
comes
up.
the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. To throw is Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll take it down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down now and a pickup
from 25.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. 10th carry now for Elliott. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with more pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 44, Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21. 23 yards the pickup there. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
2nd down and 5.
Here's Prescott. Looking left side.
Oh, good move. Good move.
Before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
130 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott.
Oh, that was
That's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Garibay on to attempt the point after.
And the lead is now 24. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Throwing to start the drive. Hendersons. And he's upended after a gain of 2. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays. Harder to move it.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
But you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Hanson. And he's brought down. Micah Parsons getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. Like the way I said that, in his defense.
In his defense, I got it. Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Hanson looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Hanson right back to Chris Godwin. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
All right.
They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. He'll take this to the 46.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Prescott down.
Oh, he almost had it.
4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in
He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town at 2nd and a country mile.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they can use something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Hanson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And he's able to get it out of there. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. On the return there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 147 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys.
We'd like to thank the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for coming to town today and the New York Jets. Sorry we had to beat y'all 24-0. See y'all next time go around. I'd like to thank my fans for coming in. Jacqueline _K_Dudley and DD Lawrence 35. Thanks for coming kicking it with your boy. This your boy signing off.
So for the Cowboys,
Love,
the streak
loyalty.
continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on all year.